I should start actually telling what the date is. Today is the 13th of July 2023, and as you can see on the title, it says random topics because I sometimes do a stream where I have no idea what I'm going to discuss, so I'll just put it in and make up as I go along. That makes sense. I'm not trying to say I'm making up stuff, obviously, but I mean, like, you know, trying to get across the message that I'm talking about. So hi, how's everyone doing? Basically, I'm finishing at 1 o'clock, but I'm currently on my break right now. I always have a break at 12:30, but I just heard from somebody that it's 1 o'clock finish, so I'm gonna be here for a bit. So where do I start? Well, there's something I want.
They had every excuse in the book, but they never said he didn't exist.
Okay, just gonna go on bookmarks here. I don't often use. Oh, come on, what's it doing? I was trying to find what I bookmarked. Yes, this is something that you guys are not aware of, but you might be. This is Jordan Maxwell, and this is a 7-part video series. I'm not going to play all of it, but I'm going to play some of it, because this man, believe it or not, is a reality a deceiver. He says things about all the world's religions. I'm not saying that you should be a religious, believe in a religion, but you have to question why they come out with their propaganda. Because they are sorry, I got a bit distracted because I see people coming around. Yeah, because I'm in the car park, right? Anyway, because he's saying that all the world's religions are based on Saturn worship. Christianity in particular, yeah. He's saying that he's been in contact with, or has experienced a UFO experience, or entities talking to him. And that he says a lot of things, even like, you know, that they came to and told him, yeah, that he will do their bidding just as long as they don't harm him. He's talking about aliens, entities. But what he's really omitting is that these people who he was talking to, these non-human entities, they're demons. They're not aliens from outer space, as he often says. So I'm going to play one video right here. So before I start, can anyone hear me, please? Anyone there? Before I start, I'm going to share this out. I'm going to share that out to people. Just gonna put it out. Do it again. Share it. Because obviously I haven't got 1,000 subscribers, so I can't really do much here. So back, I want to play this video, okay? This is 7 minutes and 25 seconds long. Whatever time I have, I'm going to play this video right now. So here we go. If you hear any noise in the background, it's because I've got the window open because it's really warm in the car right now. But if I put the AC on, it might create some noise in the background. So here's the video.
What goes around comes around. You may be a wonderful person, you may be very sincere, you may have done wonderful things, you break the law, and what goes around comes around. There's no escaping divine retribution, period, because it's impersonal. It may take a couple of weeks for it to come back to you. It may take a month or two. But whatever it is you put out there will come back. Bet on it.
anointed, not the oil. The difference is that anoint is a verb.
Jesus Christ is Jesus. Christos in Greek means oil. That's why you have
God's gonna cut 'em down. Tell 'em that God's gonna.
Before I carry on, let me just check. Anyone there? Carry on now.
Cut 'em down.
from Christos. Christos in Greek means oil. That's why you have Pillsbury cooking oil called Crisco.
Forgot to mention that the name of this video is Jordan Maxwell Debunked. It's 7 parts. It's on Daily Motion. I should have posted the link, but I will later on try to add it to the description box on this video. So let me play this. This shows here that this shows basically that everything he says in this video. It's a 3-hour video in total. I remember watching this video. I didn't watch all of it because it turned me off when he started saying the religions of Saturn worship, Saturnian worship.
Crisco is Christo. Christo is Christ. So Jesus Christ is Jesus the oil. I mean, that's what it means, Jesus oil.
The Greek word Christos comes from the Hebrew word Mashiach, which is where we get the term Messiah. It means the anointed, not the oil. The difference is that anoint is a verb and oil is a noun. It would be like me saying the English word covered means with chocolate, because sometimes things that are covered with chocolate. Maxwell seems to know this because he goes on to tell us the wrong definition of anointed as well. But it does seem to serve his purpose to make this definition now because he wants to paint the picture of Jesus being covered in sexual fluid.
You know what the word anointed means in Hebrew? I don't want to get into that right now. Basically, anointing comes from the word sex.
In no way is this true. The word anoint, neither in Greek nor English nor Hebrew, comes from any root having anything to do with sex. Again, in Hebrew, the word for anoint is Mashiach, from which we get the term Messiah. It essentially is a verb meaning to apply, or to smear, anoint, or spread a liquid. Even in the most primitive roots of the word, there cannot be found any connotation to sex whatsoever.
You'd be surprised how much sex
Sorry for the noise in the background. Just trying to adjust my windows.
is entwined in religion. The Bible says in Exodus that Yahweh appeared as a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. That's true. There's the holy mountain with the pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night.
The pillar of cloud and fire appeared 9 times in the Bible. Maxwell claims to be quite the scholar of the Bible, so I assume that he has read those 9 times. Maxwell has never mentioned the other 8 times the pillar of fire and cloud appear in the Bible because they don't support his theory. In most of those cases, the pillar of cloud and fire is leading the children of Israel to different destinations in the wilderness. It is also depicted as descending on the tabernacle and speaking in an audible voice to Aaron and others. For example, in Exodus 13:21, "And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night." In Nehemiah 9, verse 12, "Moreover, thou leddest them in the day by a cloudy pillar, and in the night by a pillar of fire to give them light in the way wherein they should go." In Numbers chapter 12, verse 5, it says, "And the Lord came down in the pillar of cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth." In Exodus 14:24, it says the pillar of cloud was in Egypt at the crossing of the Red Sea. He must have been pretty hard up for evidence to support this theory, because for the next few minutes he shows us some drawings and keeps asking us, does that look like a volcano to you?
Here we have Israel at Sinai dedicated itself to Yahweh. And what do you see? Does that look like a volcano to you? Here's another one. Jehovah led the sons of Israel to a mountain named Sinai in the desert. He gave them his law. Does that look like a volcano to you? Here it is again. Mount Sinai look like a volcano to you? Mount Sinai, does that look like a volcano to you? There's Moses up in the volcano. The feast of the giving of the law. Does that look like a volcano?
I mean, the brightness is up. I do apologize if it looks dark. It's from Jordan Maxwell's video.
To you? Huh? Does that look like a volcano to you? There's one Hebrew telling another one, that's a volcano, airhead. See it? The ark, the box itself represented the female, the ability to give life.
Jordan Maxwell is quite matter-of-factly telling us that the real meaning of the Jewish Ark of the Covenant is not what the Jewish people wrote about extensively, but instead what Helena Blavatsky said in her book, The Secret Doctrine. Some scholars suggest that the entire Bible is about what the Ark of the Covenant represents. But all parties do agree that, according to the Hebrews, it did not represent the female ability to give life. This version is only found in Freemasonry. It is also very suspicious why Maxwell continually tells us that true history is the mystery school history.
And so the priest would drop blood in front of the ark, representing the menstrual cycle of the female.
This is really funny if you think about it. Jordan Maxwell is secretly using Helena Blavatsky's version of Judaism as his source to discredit Judaism. To say that's a biased source would be an understatement. Madame Blavatsky's writings were said to influence Hitler and therefore the Nazi regime. So to have this anti-Jewish rhetoric being said to be true history is concerning, and it should be a red flag to the truth movement, in my opinion.
And that's the key thing, because I believe the guy that's made this video is a man by the name of Chris White. He also made a video called David Icke Debunked, and he also made Ancient Aliens Debunked as well, which I will show in a future stream or day or video. Sorry for the noise in the background. Basically, Helena Blavatsky, for those who don't know, she was a Russian occultist back in the 19th century, and her ideology has inspired Nazis and also inspired people in the truth movement, people like David Icke and Jordan Maxwell. I mean, there's other videos where I can't show you right now because I haven't got much time. Is that he is heavily has read the materials of Helena Blavatsky. So I'm gonna stop that video for a bit. Check anyone there. Hey Dion, yeah, I'm talking about Jordan Maxwell Debunked, because I believe Jordan Maxwell is an agent. I know he died last year. I think it was last year, wasn't it? Right? I'm showing you that this guy is a deceiver. Hold on. Actually, I'll finish this video up before I get back in. Before I turn this off.
Because it had again to do with sex.
If you don't believe me, listen to Jordan Maxwell blame all the world's problems on Judaism.
Judaism today is the most eclectic religion on the face of the earth. Virtually nothing of what it teaches is true. Virtually nothing of its supposedly background is true. And consequently, the world is filled with violence, bloodshed, disorder. Good people are dying. There are children who are starving. Our world is in trouble. Solomon's temple. We're told about King Solomon's temple. Incidentally, there was no King Solomon. So don't look for King Solomon in history, because there was no King Solomon.
I didn't take Maxwell's advice on this one, and I did look. And I found this San Francisco Chronicle article from 2003 where this Harvard professor is quoted as saying, "We don't need to rely any more on the Bible or Shoshank's inscriptions at Karnak to establish that Solomon and his kingdom really existed, because we now have the superb evidence of the radiocarbon dates."
Here again. He's saying there's no such thing. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, mate, Dion, because did I pronounce your name right? Was it Dion or Dayon? Or Dayon? Or Dion? Dayon. Yeah, because I came across him years ago after David Icke, because David Icke wanted to mention him, or someone mentioned him anyway. And yeah, David Icke is influenced by Jordan Maxwell. That's where he got all of his information from. At least that's what I've heard anyway. And it's becoming apparent to me, a lot of people, even now, these YouTubers, they follow this guy, even some Gematria people. Dion, okay, Dion. Yeah, well, Bill Cooper, at least most of what he said was true, but yeah, he obviously, yeah, he had to be an agent of sorts, you know. Yeah, he had to be at some point, yeah. But I would pick Bill Cooper over Jordan Maxwell any day, or Alex Jones, or anybody. Maybe that's why he died, probably because he did do a video before he died, which is talking about the Kabbalah, a system of encoding information. So he almost you know, spoke about Gematria without even mentioning the name Gematria. Yeah. Okay, just gonna. I don't think I'm gonna.
That's the word Sol Om On. S-O-L is the sun in Latin. In Latin, the word sun is S-O-L, Sol. And in the Hindu priest of the sun, they call the sun Om.
Actually, the Hindus do not call the sun Om, and the symbol and word Om have no connotation to the sun directly that I can find whatsoever.
Remember the priest of Om?
I mean, did you see that again? Fortunately, I can't play that whole clip. I mean, you guys are welcome to. Anyone's welcome to play themselves, but I just want to get out to a wider audience if I can, because I think I'm gonna carry on playing these. I think some other day I'll try to play the whole thing, but I can't play it right now. But the point is, Jordan Maxwell, David Icke, Michael Tessarian. I'm sure that's a name people have heard of. Here's another one. There's another one, this woman, Akira S. They all, and even the Zeitgeist guy, Peter Joseph, they all say every religion is Saturn worship. Jesus born December 25th, because if he is born December 25th, it must mean he's a pagan sun god, like all the previous pagan sun gods who were born December 25th. When in reality, he wasn't born December 25th. There's also the idea that he was possibly born in September. From the Islamic perspective, we believe he was born in a warmer period, meaning spring or summer, or maybe summer. But obviously, we don't know for certain. That's the Islamic perspective. But it seems that these people, the Jordan Maxwell, the David Icke, the Michael Tessarians, and many people like them, are promoting a new age kind of new world order. They're promoting that. That's why the truth movement seems to be largely controlled. I don't mean you and I, Dion. I mean, or people who follow the correct information. Is people that have been following their own information for a long time and don't see that. So it's highly suspicious, yeah, that people are following the information that they think is correct, but they don't realize there's a hidden agenda. But I believe David Icke and Jordan Maxwell, all they've been doing is putting a lot of truth information, then leading people away from religion. Yeah, I appreciate that. Leading people away from believing in God. That's what I think they're doing. They'd rather have you be a new ager, believe in that crap, you know, the new age stuff, right? Yeah. I better go. Thanks for joining me, Dion. See you soon. Sorry I couldn't stay long.